My skin is black.
What you looking
My
at?
skin
Yeah,
is black.
I feel so good to be black right now.
All right.
What you
I know
looking
it's
at?
been a while since you guys have seen my face. Welcome to episode 63 of the BlackNFashion podcast. Oh, I lied. Episode 64. Welcome to episode 64 of the BlackNFashion podcast. I know you guys have missed seeing my face on YouTube, so I'm back like never before. And today I am joined by Jay. Jay is a model, a wardrobe stylist, a personal shopper, a fashion consultant, a lice masseuse, as well as a barber. So welcome, Jay. Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm definitely going to hop right in, and I need to unpack all of that because you got a lot going on there. Definitely, I can tell you're a go-getter just by all the different titles.
Yeah.
But I just want to take a second to acknowledge our sponsors for the episode. We're sponsored by Miata. I think I said that wrong. She probably gonna kill me. Miata. I think that's right. Miata. Yeah. It is an accessory brand, and it has all pieces made directly in Africa. You actually can use promo code BNF15 to shop on the website. Everything is handcrafted, beautifully made, quality, everything. So definitely check it out. I'll definitely drop the Instagram and the website in the show notes for you guys to check out. So Jay, tell me a little bit about your background, where you're from, and what fueled you to take on multiple different career fields.
I'm Jason.
Okay.
I live in Rockland County, New York.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know where that is. They think it's
It's Long Island?
No.
Look at me. Is it Westchester?
Good try.
Westchester?
It's close. You see, it's close.
Okay, Westchester.
It's on the other side of Westchester.
Okay.
So there's a Tappan Zee.
No, okay.
So I live in Rockland County, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And what fuels me to do all those things?
Yeah, how did you grow up? You
Right.
know, what's your background like, and what kind of got you? We can start with the first career field that you got into, and then what led you into the second career field.
Okay. I started working at a physical therapy office.
Mm-hmm.
And working at a physical therapy office, I just my thing was seeing people walk in and they're so upset because they're in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing them leave with just joy on their faces, after the session is done, after they've done everything, all their PT,
Mm-hmm.
just seeing them happy is what fuels me, and just having conversations with them. It's a lot of old people, but
Okay.
yeah, that fueled me. And
We're talking about specifically the massage.
this is the massage, yeah, right.
Okay.
So then, but growing up, leading to that, I was always massaging my mom.
Okay.
So I was always paying attention to how the therapist would work on the patients.
Okay.
So I then was like, you know what? Why not learn how to do this professionally? Because my mom would always say oh yeah, I feel good after a massage.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's your mom talking, so you're like, maybe you're just saying that just to gas me up,
Mm-hmm.
But no, she ended up I ended up pursuing that. So then I got my license, and then I started working. I haven't told a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
but I was working with the New York Rangers for 2 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great experience.
Okay. Coincidentally, my mom has a degree in massage therapy too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
look
she
at that.
does. Yeah,
Okay.
she don't utilize it, but
Yeah,
she got it
well-
when I was in high school.
Yeah, a lot of people, that's a great thing about it. You have the opportunity to use it or not use it.
Gotcha. So what kind of got you started in fashion?
So, growing up as a kid, I wasn't fortunate as everybody else. I'm sure a lot of people can probably say the same story, but
Gotcha.
I had 2 pairs of jeans. So
Okay.
I had literally purple jeans like what you have on your wall here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but in the dark, I got dressed in the dark.
Okay.
In the dark, it was blue.
Mm-hmm.
So I had those jeans and I had black jeans.
Okay.
And so I would go to school and I would always alternate.
Okay. Between the purple and the black.
Right.
Okay.
And then I would always have to try to find outfits to put together with that, just to make it match. Sometimes I would think the jeans are blue, sometimes it's purple. But anyway, I would come out with crazy outfits.
Mm-hmm.
One day, I went to school and this girl told me that I was always getting made fun of, and she said, "I bet you I know what color jeans you're wearing tomorrow." Yeah, so
okay.
yeah, so
Like,
me,
mind your business, lady.
right? So for me, I'm like, I never thought people really pay attention to like really what you're wearing at that age. So then I was like, I cried. You know, I was young, so I cried, and then I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna let nobody talk to me like that.
Gotcha.
Then I started finding a job. I went to get a job, and then after getting a job, I started just looking at different styles, because there's a lot of things that I liked, but I couldn't afford it. And so I started buying stuff, random stuff, you know, and then I'm like, okay, now I have the money, I could put stuff together. Fast forward, I then was in college, and I was trying to find out information about a yoga class, just because I like to be zen. I'm like chill, you know? So leading to that, I ran into a producer. His name is Jay Classic. And he was like, you know, we have similar styles. We both have similar styles. And I want to have you ever styled anybody before? And I'm like, nah.
You thought about lying? Be like, I totally did.
Right. But then I'm like, you know, if I lie, then he's gonna ask me stuff that I don't know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
So then we exchanged numbers. He said to me, if one day I give you a call, will you be ready to work? Even though, you know, this could be your first time, you know what I mean? And he said, since your style is like mine, I trust you to do whatever.
Okay.
So
somebody gave you like creative control.
Right. And for me, I like that control, because I need you to know I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Don't waste my time, and I'm not gonna waste your time.
Gotcha.
So then he called me, and we started working from there. And he has a lot of connects. So as we started working, he introduced me to Hood Celebrity.
Okay.
And after he introduced me to Hood Celebrity, we all kind of was hanging out. And I feel like she kind of wanted to sit back and kind of see what type of person I was first, you know? And then, you know, we all became cool. And then one day she was like, yo, I like your style. Your style is dope. You know what I mean? You're different. You got a different swag to your style.
I was going to ask you, how would you describe your style? Like in 3 words, 3 adjectives.
All right, let's see. I would say classy.
Okay.
Unique. And colorful.
Classy, unique, and colorful. Okay, and that's what she was drawn to.
Right. And because it's like the things that I put together, you wouldn't think would work.
How does she describe your style?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't.
Okay, because she said she liked
Yeah.
your style, but did she say was there a certain reason why she was drawn to it? Like,
yeah.
was
So
it those same elements?
right. So it's like I said, it was the way I put things together.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of times, I'm a brand ambassador for Monostars, and I was wearing a hat one time, and a lot of people wear their stuff differently. So I was wearing the hat, and the way I put it together was different. And she said to me, yo, like, I would have never really looked at it until, together. You know what I mean? Yeah, until I looked at you and really saw how you put it together. That's dope. And I think a lot of the people that follow me like the way I put things together.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Would you say that when you're styling and working with, like, you know, whether it be celebrities or, you know, individual clients, stuff like that, that you have a hard time, I guess, like, working with people that, like, have budgets? Because I feel like that's, like, an ongoing thing for people that's in, like, that wardrobe, stylist, personal shopping field. Like, it's so much work that has to happen, like, with you going and researching things and going buying things and go returning things or fittings, alterations. Do you feel like that, you know, it's easy to maintain a clientele, you know, that has money, or is it on the difficult side because you're always trying to work around somebody else's budget?
Well, that's a great point. I do find that a bit difficult. because yeah, like you said, sometimes you will have people who have a budget. But as I told you before, I want to create a way where you don't have to go to the Gucci store, Louis store, just affordable outfits.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's affordable things out there. It's just how would you put it together? How would you accessorize it?
Right.
And now for the the expensive taste, the sky's the limit.
Right.
You know.
But how does that work for you as the person that's providing the services? Like, are you charging by the hour? Are you doing it like as a flat rate? Like, regardless of like the money that they have to pay, like for the clothing, how are you as the expertise? How are you making your money based off of their budgets?
Well, so for the expensive taste, I do per hour.
Good.
And for the the people who can't afford, I do flat rate. So it's I kind of see it as like when I do massage, when I go to a client's house, sorry to say, but if you go to a mansion, I'm not going to charge you $50 a session. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I go to somebody that's, you can tell at least fortunate house where, you know what to price the person.
Gotcha.
So
you don't get prices till you get there.
Well, well, we do.
Speak your truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, yeah.
It happens. I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I own a consulting business, so
Okay.
like depending on like I can pretty much gauge from a consultation like
Right.
with a client that's really interested in the services and the type of questions they ask. So I mean, I try to keep my pricing pretty standardized, but when I know that this person is gonna be, I ain't gonna say a problematic client,
Right.
but when I know they're gonna need extra help and extra everything, I do charge up because I'm like, okay, this person gonna be different.
Right.
So they
right,
finna
right,
pay
right.
for all the headache and all the
Right.
time that
Right.
I'm gonna have to spend going back and forth with them, and I will up a price based on that because I'm just like, I can already tell I'm finna spend a lot of time on you, and time is money. So I'm gonna price a little high because I got a feeling that this gonna take up a lot of my time.
Now let me ask you a question. Being that you said you are a fashion consultant,
Mm-hmm.
do you have people who how did you say?
You want me to explain my business?
Yeah, because
Okay.
the only reason why, because like there's times people ask you things, but
Well, I think my business is a little different.
Okay,
I don't
go
know
ahead,
how
go
much
ahead.
Lily
Right, go
has
ahead.
told you about my business. I don't do custom clothing. I
Okay.
don't work with like people who need me to dress them or anything like
Right,
that.
okay,
I don't do
okay.
any of that. I make clothing lines.
Oh,
So if you're
right.
my clientele is designers, visionaries, creators. So if you have an idea, you come to me like, hey, this is what I want to make. And that's what I do. I do pattern making, sample making, fitting, production,
Okay.
manufacturing. So my whole business is
Okay.
based around people who have this dream of being a fashion designer but didn't go to school for fashion or
Right.
don't know how to sew or don't know how to even get an item produced. So my entire business is built around, honestly, I call myself the fashion fairy godmother. I bring your vision and your dream to life.
Okay.
And I pretty much do everything except for shoes. So
Okay.
if you want to start a handbag line, a wallet line, swimwear, menswear, kidswear, doesn't matter. I can make anything underneath the sun. So that's what my business is built on. So name my business is LC Apparel Consulting. So
Okay.
we very rarely say fashion because we do a lot of different things. We do home decor items, we do headwear, we do all
Well-rounded,
type of stuff.
okay.
It's well rounded. Yeah, I have a pretty big team and we do everything under the sun. So it's not just me. I'm the owner, but I have a in-house pattern makers, in-house sample makers, tailors, seamstresses, a fabric coordinator. Like we got a full-on team. We have a studio in Bushwick.
Okay.
And we just opened that studio. We've been open for 2 weeks. Before that, we were doing everything out of my house.
Oh,
Yeah, we just
Yo.
moved to the studio.
that's the crazy thing. Everything starts from home.
Yeah, everything started at home.
Yeah.
It was me and them, and I have a 2-bedroom, like brownstone, and in the front it was like 4 people working in one room. It's like 3 people in the living room, somebody working out of shit in the kitchen.
Yeah,
I was
it's like a
we gotta
factory,
get-
right?
It was a factory in my living room, and
Yeah.
now it's done. It's a done deal. But I feel like there is a lot of like fashion consultants that work with our clients, like help them develop their ideas and their brand, do their styling for them, come up with different like concepts, be like their social media managers and stuff like that to help them well around it. 'Cause a lot of these people who work with me literally have no idea. They just have an idea, but don't know how to execute it. So they need multiple people that can style, people that can do social, people can style their photo shoots, but also people that can create content. They need brand ambassadors, as you mentioned. And I did want to ask you about that. So as a brand ambassador, it's almost like the same thing. It's like kind of like being an influencer, right? Like you wear items, you post them, and like you have like a promo code attached to it. So you work with a lot of different brands and designers. Yeah. Okay. So what does that look like? Because I know a lot of people is always trying to get into like brand ambassadoring and influencing. So how did you kind of get into that?
Well, I knew this guy for a long time. We went to high school together, and we actually were on the phone last night, and he actually told me, you know, there's a lot of things that set people apart from just workers. You know, there's people who are hungry. There's people who see the same vision as you, and I saw the same vision that he did with the brand. And so as he saw that, he was like, you know, there's certain things that you as yourself, you'll go out your way if you want something. Right. For me, I knew that I knew that the product, the merch was going to be something good. So I would always go out my way to like, yo, what do you need? Do you need me to help you? You know what I mean? Do you need me to trim some of the thread? Threads. You know, do you need me to do that? And then from there, he kind of took that in, you know, and he said it's the little things, you know, it's not so much the big things, because you'll have people who say, yo, I love your product. Can I work for, you know, I'll do anything for free. Then when come time, they're going to see the product is booming and they're going to be like, yo, can I get 12% or can I get 15%? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For me, it's never like that. It's like, yo, let's do this. I already see the value in it.
Gotcha. You see it from Jump Street.
Right.
That's good. That's what's up. So how do you go about like wardrobing? Like, is that, I feel like, is there a difference between like, I guess, wardrobing, I guess, and styling? And so I guess styling is more so like for like celebrities for certain occasions. Yeah. Whereas like wardrobing is more of the lifestyle kind of thing. Is that how you kind of break it up?
Well, I put wardrobe styling because a lot of people, if you just put styling, that's a wide brand of things.
Right, because you're a barber.
Right,
so
right,
which is under that umbrella.
Right. So I put wardrobe to focus on the clothes. Gotcha. But it's funny you said, I was actually thinking about that. Being that I do all these things, should I
change up the word?
Yeah.
See, that's how I came up with the whole fashion fairy godmother thing, because I do so much, because I am people ask me what I do, and I'm like, well, I mean, I'm a designer too. I have my own handbag line. I have my own jumpsuit, my own jacket line. So that's one of my bags right there. I own an apparel consulting business. I do a podcast. I own a non-for-profit called the Black Girls Designer Club. I'm a teacher, so I teach pattern making, sewing, all that stuff. So like, and you know, I'm a mentor. I have like mentees in a nonprofit. So I'm just like, well, yeah, I'm a fashion fairy godmother. So whatever you want, I got it. That's why I came up with like the godmother thing. It's just like, she brings visions and realities to fruition. So whether it's me teaching you, whether it's me consulting you, whether you utilizing my services, whether I'm mentoring you, it all falls under the godmother word. So I feel like when you wear multiple hats, you kind of got to find something that rings bells for you, that it associates with all that. And that, I changed that on my business card. On my business card, I was like designer / production manager / product development manager / philanthropist / educator. So I'm just like, this too many goddamn words. Yeah. And then even in my Instagram profile, I'm like, this too many words. I have to narrow it down, like, and get it to one. So it's like, what exactly do you do? Everything in the fashion world.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's same thing. I mean, I'm going through it right now.
We're gonna have to come up with a name for you.
Yeah, that's I'm trying to make. I'm trying to work.
I bet you I come up with it by the end of this interview.
Don't. I hope you do, actually.
I do. My wheels is already turning, so I'm already over here thinking about what you could be called because you wear all these hats. But it's just, I'm gonna wait to the end of the episode. Because I got something cooking up here.
As long as it's nice and smooth. That's all I like.
It could be called a handsome hustle.
Oh, Y'all hear that?
Because you're a hustler because of all the hats you wear, and it's a very well groomed, like a handsome man.
Yeah, thank you.
The handsome hustler, and that don't even have to be your name. That could just be the name of
Of
all the
everything,
businesses.
yeah.
Because I have all of those businesses like filed under like a super corporation. The super corporation is the Lenny's Collier, the Fashion Fairy Godmother,
Right.
and all those LLCs are underneath that one thing, just
Right.
like LVMH Group.
Right.
So you could easily do that like it is the Handsome Hustle Incorporated or Enterprise, and all that
Okay.
falls underneath it.
Hold on, let me write this in my notes.
Go ahead. So, what would you say is easier to style, men or women? And you better spell handsome and hustle like a fucky way, and then get you a good graphic designer. HH. I just put you on.
My goodness, hold on. I'm taking all this in right now.
As you should. That's the goal. That is the goal. I hope that I can, give as you came and drove all the way
Absolutely.
out here to do this podcast.
We all out here
hope
to help
you
each
can
other.
benefit from this in some way. That's the goal.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. What was the last question?
Men or women on the styling? Who's easier to style?
I will say men.
Okay.
Simply because, I mean, working with females, and I can speak from experience. Females deal with being bloated. And they deal with if their butt is too big, if just the size or them not working out properly, they don't want to, so that's what I was going to ask you before as a fashion consultant, but you explained it to me.
Oh,
but
I still got that issue because you got a whole bunch of designers who think they supposed to be their fit model. And I'd be like, you got to think about the consumer.
Right,
so
right.
that fit and that waist to hip ratio and all that, I deal with all that constantly because I'm always trying to get the right fit.
Right. Yeah. And not only that, but it's like you end up being like a psychologist to them.
Facts.
Like
Yeah.
they start pouring onto you.
Their insecurities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have to be like, listen, we don't need that.
Right.
You got to suck it up.
You're beautiful.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, and you got to constantly do that. And that's something that I, in this field, I realize that it's a consistent thing. So, yeah.
So I have a segment that I like to do. It's called It's a Success or It's a Disaster. So I want you to tell me about like a time like, during your journey where something really, really bad happened, but it like, maybe was an eye opener for you and it like helped you like not translate, but like maybe transition or do something different within your business after, this disaster occurred that, turned into like, what, I learned my lesson, but this is what I do moving forward.
Let's see. I had a photo shoot, and for me, I like to always be prepared, but at the time I wasn't.
Okay.
So I got the clothes from the designer, brought them to the client, and the clothes are supposed to be ironed or let's say steamed. I didn't have a steamer.
Okay.
I didn't have a rack. What else? Sometimes I like to make things tighter. I didn't have anything I didn't have like no pins or
No
anything.
clips.
No
Okay.
clips. And then I thought to myself, what the fuck am I doing?
No rack, no steamer, no clips,
Yeah,
no
like-
pins. Okay.
Yeah, and then the most important thing, no card. No business card.
So you was completely unprepared.
I was unprepared.
Okay.
But things like that, I not to say I love going through that, but it's a fucking wake up call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Granted, I didn't lose the client. The client was understandable.
But it could have been a different situation.
It could have been
and
a
the
different.
client could have been pissed.
Absolutely, It could have been a client. It could have been a celebrity client.
Right. True.
You know what I mean? And when they come across things like that, they're like, "I just gave you an opportunity, and you fucked up like that."
Damn. Yeah. True.
So, So after that, I bought myself a rack. I bought myself a steamer.
Portable steamer.
Portable
Okay.
steamer. I got cards, but you don't kill me because I ran out. But yeah, I got cards, but I then started doing like getting like receipt paper for like invoices and stuff, you know,
Gotcha.
just so I could give it to them. Here you go.
I
Just
hope
in
you got
case
that
need
electronic now.
Yeah. We working on it. Hold on.
We're gonna get you electronic though. Guess electronic so they can hit that pay now, go right into your
Yeah.
bank account. They can pay with their credit card, Apple Pay, or Google Pay.
You know what? Every time I be scrolling on my feed,
Mm-hmm.
I always see that Instagram. It be popping up. It's like a little, like a white thing, right? That you.
Well, actually, you ain't even gotta do that. 'Cause, like, if you're invoicing someone and you're
Yeah.
not in front of them, like, or whatever, you can use like Square.
Oh,
And
right.
Square
Yeah,
is
yeah,
really,
yeah.
really good. And
Right,
like
right.
Square, you can
Yeah.
create invoices on Square. You don't have to just do Square point of sale.
Okay.
You can actually create invoices on Square, and it'll go to their email, and then they can click Pay Invoice, and it gives them the option of paying with Google Pay,
Right, okay.
Apple Pay, putting in their credit card, leaving like they banking and routing account number on file. Like it's literally like at least 5 to 6 different payment methods once they receive that.
Oh,
You can
that's
of course
okay.
do point of sale and go ahead and swipe a card for it,
Yeah,
but if
yeah.
not, it's a seamless way as well. And they can also book their appointments via Square, so you can keep everything in
Okay.
one place.
On
So
one-
that's
yeah,
I
yeah.
use Square. I
Okay.
use it for people who book services. They book a consultation through there. They book classes through there, and then they also get their invoices and stuff like that through there. So everything's all in one system.
Okay.
Definitely a good system to have. And all the things come text or email. So
Okay.
whichever one is more seamless for the client.
For them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put you on.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's what I love because I'll always say that I always got so much to learn.
Mm-hmm.
There's like I'll never think I know everything. Even though if I'm good at something, I'm good at it. But there's always
learning
room.
never stops.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day, and and then you have to reevaluate even when you know things. So like you
Exactly,
may
yeah.
have decided to do one certain procedure or structure or service within your business, and you realize that, in all honesty, it ain't effective.
right.
And it's not
Right.
working. And if
Right.
it's not working and it's not effective, then now you got to shift gears.
Yep.
Now you got to try something else.
Yep.
So learning never ends.
Yep.
Like it's endless. And, you always got to be a student of your business and listen and, definitely evolve as things evolve.
Yeah. And that's important to me. Just learning from different people, and like styling, right? You'll have situations where the clothes you may think the clothes was gonna fit, but it don't fit.
Yeah.
Now, how are you gonna make that baggy part? How are you gonna make that fitted for them? You know what I
Right.
mean? So, and it's like you gotta kind of learn that as you go. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna alter that?
Gotcha.
You know?
Well, I have a class for that too.
Oh,
Like
look.
fitting and like tech and
Look
stuff
at
like that, and like
Yeah.
how to look at something and know when it's off, or how to fix something like that. Like if you got puckering, or you got maybe it needs a better dart intake, maybe the waist needs to come up a little bit more. So
I may need to take that
whatever.
class.
Yeah, it's a very good class. So what would you say during like this pandemic? Has it been hard, like trying to keep up with like the styling business, or has it been afloat? And I feel like we in the realm of like the Black designers and making sure you're buying Black. So when you're styling during this time, are you pulling from Black designers? Do you find that that's like kind of like the direction you're headed in, or you're trying to keep a very diverse portfolio? Like where is the direction you're going right now due to like what's currently going on in the world?
My people always come first.
Of course.
So Black designers is who I go to right now. Not to say I'm opposed to anybody else, but my people come first. And then after, sky's the limit.
Gotcha.
But I'm not gonna say like if somebody approaches me or if I meet somebody that I think their stuff is dope, I'm not gonna work with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it.
But your first priority is
But my
definitely
first
Black
right.
designers. I feel you. Okay. All right. I hear it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I just wanted to. I forgot to mention it, so I probably should have threw out in my segment that my sponsors again. You always gotta acknowledge the sponsors. You do. You gotta stay on top
Make
of
sure
them
you
because in
get
all
that
of the
name,
yeah,
girl.
I'm right. That's why I had to look at it to make sure I had it, and it is Miata. So I said it right
all
the first
right.
time.
Just making sure.
Just want to make sure I acknowledge our sponsors again. Miata is a luxury retailer of ethnically made, handcrafted accessories for stylish and conscious women who lead, inspire, and empower. And we pride ourselves in creating conscious fashion that is 100% made in Africa and supports African artisans and designers. So just guys, make sure you use code BNF15 for additional 15% off your purchase as well. So just getting back into the realm of like the designing, the styling, the barbering. How did you get into like cutting hair too?
Oh, we don't want to talk about that.
Well, is it because you had to cut your own hair?
You
had to learn?
Well, yeah, something like that. Man. So back in the day, you know how in we'll say the 80s, you know how they used to have the little extra hair on the back of their head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody in New Edition had that.
Yeah. So right. So me growing up, that's what I had.
Okay.
So I had the little poof back there, and I got made fun of. There was like, what happened to the rest of your haircut? Did they leave that part out? So I was like, you know what? I gotta do something. So YouTube became my best friend.
Okay.
YouTube became my best friend, and I just started. Thank God I had the three mirrors, so one in front, two on the side.
Oh, so you was like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just folded it, and then I was looking. You know what I mean? So, and I just learned how to keep my wrist straight, and from there it was all good. Gotcha. It was all good. Yeah. So I started cutting my own hair, and then cutting my own hair, I started like, let me get a little fancy. Let me see how you do a fade. Let me see how you do.
And you start playing with it.
Yeah, let me do a part. Let me see how nice I am. Let me not go too crazy though, because I don't want to fuck it up. So then I end up more people started seeing my haircut. Yo, who cut your hair? Who cut your hair? I cut my own hair, and then from there that's how I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you one of those YouTube University people.
I mean,
you can learn a lot from.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, you can learn a lot from YouTube. And do you feel like you need to have education? Because I feel like I've had two different types of stylists in here, like multiple ones. I've interviewed a lot of different stylists and wardrobe, and then there's like some of them that like went to school or like not necessarily a design school, but more like a fashion academy. Misa Hilton has like a fashion academy. Then in some of them, like I learned it along the way. I've had one like work in TV. So you find that you need to go and educate yourself, like when it comes to pretty much anything, or do you feel like it's enough information out there accessible and available where if you just buckle down and educate yourself, you won't have to spend as much on education?
I do think there's a lot out there. The internet, books, and there's also people.
True.
People, right? You see, people are your best friends, and like I said, you could always learn from different people. And I don't know your connect, you don't know my connect, right? So if we could, if helping me get there, or helping each other. I forgot the question again.
I was just talking about education. You was there, like as far as like the whole education sector. Like, do you feel like it's necessary, or you can just utilize the things around you?
Right. So, So people always can help you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it depends. I feel like it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to make your own lane, like you can make your own lane. But I feel like there's specific things you need to know in fashion, like what kind of chain is this person wearing? If it's cubic,
So more
if
like the deep, right.
There's
talking about like the fit thing too.
Right. Fabrics.
Yeah.
Okay. Because at the same time, you do want to sound professional when you're with your client. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, oh, that shirt over there, or that get that jacket, or
you want to be able to specify.
Yeah, I just find that it goes a long way.
Okay.
But I do think there's specific things that you do need to learn. But again, people will help you with that. People like you, yourself, who know certain things. YouTube is going to help you. So, I mean, I don't think you really need education for that.
Gotcha. Yeah, sure.
Like I said, I don't have no background in it.
Right.
So,
but some people is like gifted with it. Like sometimes you're like either born with it or you're not. Like sometimes it's just natural to you. Like it's nothing that anybody can actually teach. Like you can always go ahead and like perfect the skills, but sometimes you're just born with it.
Well, it's just like you could teach style. You can't teach swag.
True. This is true.
That's it.
That is true. I can't deny that. So what would you say has been like your biggest accomplishment thus far?
My biggest accomplishment. Well, I have several.
Okay.
So one of them is working with the New York Rangers.
Okay.
Doing massage therapy. The other one is working with Hood Celebrity.
Okay.
Which opened many other doors for me. And my other accomplishment is just getting myself out there.
Okay.
You know, like out of sight, out of mind.
True.
You know, and I was at a point where I was like, do I really want to do this? You know, and it's sometimes the devil gets in your head, you know, and you just got to be like, nah, you got to stand strong, you know? So, I think taking that step forward and going to these networking events and meeting new people and just being that name in the room while I'm not there.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what can we like expect to see like from you next? Like what's those long-term and those short-term goals?
I have both.
Which one?
So
long-term first.
So long-term goal is obviously I do all these things, right? The goal is to incorporate everything together, right? So let's say a celebrity comes up to me and says, or let's say I work for a celebrity already. Now for me, the celebrity comes off the stage and says, "Hey, damn, like I think I pulled my back while I was on the stage doing the Dougie or something." You know what I mean? I got you.
Right.
Or before they go on stage, yo, I need a cut. I'm not looking too fresh right now. I got you.
Come on, one-stop shop.
You know what I mean? Or yo, I need a fit for this dinner I got with this girl. I got you.
So that ain't the handsome hustle?
All right. That's it. Yeah.
Kind of falls.
It falls it right. Yeah. So that's the goal.
That's 10%. Okay.
Now you came up with the name, right?
It's okay. I ain't trademarking, I ain't patent, I ain't copywriting. That's all you, boo. Take it.
Thank you. So yeah, that's the long term goal, and I want to do that. I want to be able to do that for multiple clients.
Okay, I like that.
And later down the line, I can have my own. If I'm sure I'm gonna have people who want to learn how to do certain things. I'll have my students. I'll have interns who want to learn how to do certain things, and
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. So I have my last segment. It's called It's a Muse. So if there's any like person that like inspires you or you look up to that you think people should know about, or if there's any reading or exhibit or article, anything in particular that you feel that you should share as like something that's inspirational or motivation, it could be a person, place, or thing. Just let us know.
Inspiration. My parents are my inspiration.
Love that.
Just because seeing them wake up every morning, just to put a roof over our head. Sometimes we don't know the struggles that our parents are going through. True. We don't know what's going on in their head, but they don't tell us, but they do everything they can to provide for us. So that's one. not in no particular order.
Right.
And I'll say God. A lot of things has changed for me. I've been praying 3 times a day, and just seeing the different things, opening my eyes and being grateful, really, just a lot of things is coming to me, and then I know it's not me, I just got to thank him for everything.
I feel that.
Opportunities and everything.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That makes me think about my mom, actually. She sends me a prayer every morning.
Oh, yeah?
So it's literally the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And then, like, I want to say, like, a month, like 2 months ago, when our business first started to grow, and, I was feeling it. I was feeling the momentum. I'm like, this is going to be good. This will be everything. I told my mother I didn't want to go back to work. I was like, whatever business you want to build on your own, I'm going to help you build it on your own. And then also you could just work for me. But, like, as far as, like, you going to punch somebody else's clock or doing something that you really don't want to do, you don't have to do that more.
That's
I
it.
got you. And that, to me, I guess was, like, one of my biggest accomplishments is being like, Ma, you don't have to work no
That's
more.
it.
Like, you can chill and you can put your feet up and I can set you up so you solid, or you can work for me. And my mama is just like that go-getter, so she, of course, works for me now. I just got back yesterday. I went home and I trained her.
Oh, yeah?
I had to do all my distribution. She's my
Okay.
distribution manager now.
I'm sure she appreciates that.
She
100%.
does. It made me think of my mom, like, because, like, she won't ever, like, say anything. So
Right.
like, I got to push it on her. Like, I don't want you to do this. And it took her a while to get to that space, but she was even okay with, like, even accepting anything from me. And I'm like, trust me, it doesn't go unnoticed. And I got a good memory. I know what you did from when I was 2 all the way up into even last year, because I wasn't in the same place I am right now that I was last year. I was complete opposite, to be completely honest. And she was always there to be the one to, like, bail me out when I was fucking up or I made a bad decision. So and it always did it without no judgment, no lectures, just like, we gonna figure it out. I feel that. Mama and God.
That's it. Mother's
and
love.
Daddy. And father.
Oh, come on now. There's some good fathers out there.
No. Mine is fine. He's fine. Okay, he's good. He was one of my first investors. But me and him, we got close when I was older or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
But I was like, no, that's my homie now.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Good.
Yeah. And I think I have some. I have some mentors who also help me out. One of them is actually my boy who owns the clothing line Monostars.
Oh, nice.
He, just the way he approaches things and his look on things, it kind of makes me think, like, wow, like, I didn't even think about, like, it just opens my eyes to so many different things. And I always thank him. We always talk about how he could help me and how I could become a better person in my business and with people. A lot of people can see the beauty in you, and they can tell when there's an ugly soul,
Absolutely.
So my biggest thing is to make sure that I stick to my word and stay positive,
Sure. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Jay. Just throw out your social media handles so everybody know where to follow you, and I'll also make sure I put this in the show notes.
Thank you for having me. You can find me on Instagram at JSMO0OTH. So that's J Smooth.
J Smooth. So make sure you guys follow him. Reach out to him for your styling, massage, haircuts, all of it. He do it all. All right. Thank you so much. And as I always say, stay black. Peace out.
Peace.